So that's also an important factor. Moving down the line, being found, to me, is perhaps one of the most important components. Because as I said, we've got this huge database now, 400 million plus people, two joining every second. And if we're not careful and we don't pay attention to our profile, we really truly get lost, because just like Google, when we're doing a search, how many pages do we look through? Even if you put a search up there for a pizza parlor. First page, second page, right? So for most of us, if we're not in those first few pages, we're definitely not necessarily being found. Recruiters, most of the time, will take the first 50 people, so that'll be the first 5 pages. There's 10 on a page, just like Google. So when they're trying to fill a position, that's what they're doing. They're trying to cull through those first 50. So if you're trying to be in the running for something, you need to really be showing up high in search results, or that findability is going to be a problem. So here's what's happening. This is why I call it lost in the weeds, because there's now a not so good news is that 98% chance that your LinkedIn profile is already buried. And I would hazard to guess that for a lot of us in this room, that may well be the case, and we don't even know it. But this is an exercise that I do with a lot of my clients right out of the box, so we can see where we are and then figure out how we're going to maneuver to position you where you want to be, and so you're showing up for all the things that are important to you. So this, again, this goes back to what I was talking about a few minutes ago. This is the brand. So you've got this query up here for online branding in this case, and so I'm showing up now this is on the first page, and this is the number 2 slot. And so, but as I said right down here, how many pages are you going to look through to find an expert? And that's what we have to think about. So even if we're not looking for a job, people are still looking for our abilities and our experience, particularly in our geographic area. We need to find a way to separate ourselves out and focus on those attributes. And then this is the depiction on the Google side. This is what Google shows you. This is, as I said before, the name, and then that phrase right below it, together as a package. That becomes the brand. And then the second one down here below is for Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, the same thing's happening there. So give a look to that and see, just take a few minutes and just see how you're showing up. If you do a Google search for yourself, and just see how you're showing up with respect to these different places.